Good evening YouTube, Ian here from Coolice Charge Case and Power Supplies. Hope you're all safe and well wherever you are in the world, and if you're in the UK, I hope you've got a lot of cool ice creams on hand for the coming very hot days that we have planned. But anyway, I would like to take a few minutes and obviously show you the new charge case that I've just completed today. This one is obviously for a drone company. They provided the chargers. And in this instance, that is two Hota F6 chargers. Now, to be fair, I have wanted to try these ones or see them firsthand because with 4x15 amp channels, it's clearly quite a capable charger. So you can charge quite a few packs at any one time. So it was obviously something I'd like to see, and I could tell from the dimensions shown on the internet, they're actually quite a nice size, which is good. So the case that was supplied to me by the company is a Peli 1500, which in itself isn't a very large case. I was a little bit concerned to start with about fitting everything in, especially in view of the fact that one of the items, or should I say features, I did suggest that might be handy to them was redundancy with regards to obviously keeping the two chargers as separate entities with their own power supplies underneath. So I had to do a lot of measuring out and make sure everything fitted okay, but touch wood, I have managed to get my usual 24 volt server power supply setups in the bottom. So one on this side, one on the right, and obviously then they are powering each charger individually. So the idea being is when they're out on site, should they have an issue with one side of the charge case, they can obviously then carry on with the other and then obviously sort out the other one when they're back at home base, or give us a call and we'll figure out the best way to sort it out at the time. So as you can see, the layout is relatively compact, but I've tried to keep the space in as great as I can given the dimensions. So in this case, obviously, the charger on the left side, we've got the channel 1, channel 2, channel 3 and channel 4 all brought up down here at the bottom. They're charging relatively small packs off the top of my head, so the plan was to try and keep a reasonable amount of space here at the bottom to allow them to sit on the deck, and of course then we've mirrored it over on the other side. Due to the internal sizes and of course the amount of power in there with the two sets of power supplies, I was conscious of heat build-up, so I did open up the back here again, as I've done with other chargers, to obviously let the cooling air expelled by the hotter chargers out, and then obviously then I've got a duct in there to obviously direct it up and out the case, which is quite nice. And then of course then in the middle I've got my radial cooling fans there mounted underneath with the direction, so they're sucking warmed air out from within the case. Fresh air obviously goes in through the line of slots then I've got at the front, and obviously then keeps cool from there. Ideally I would have liked to have put the AC connections at the back, but again, due to depth constraints or width constraint, actually no, width is the other way, so depth probably, couldn't do that, and they really wanted to go with the kind of Nutric style connectors, so I've gone for that on the side, and obviously then designed and printed a TPU dust cover as well, so that can go in. Now which way does it go? Yeah, there we go. So there we go. So you can say usual sort of Nutric kind of style, so in, twist, lock in place. So if I turn on, I've got them obviously the two channels, two sides of the case connected independently. So as you can see, if I turn on charger 1, obviously then the case is obviously all functioning and everything else. So that power supply is now powering the cooling fans, and a little feature I've got in the lid, which you can see there by the cable chain that I've got there protecting the wire. They wanted a light, so that obviously if it's getting a little bit dark, a little bit dusky, and they're still on the job, they can turn on the light, which I have mounted in the lid. As you see, they've also got the Peli lid organizer in there, which is secured in place. So I created like a light bar at the top. As you can see, got some cob LED strip on either side of the central section, and then obviously I've angled them slightly as well to obviously account for the lid going backwards, so it shines on the deck. So got touch sensitive switch here, so if I just tap it, there we go, you can see the light is now lit. If I tap it again, I can turn it off. One tap, turn on, turn off. Tap it again. If I keep my finger pressed on it, or just put my finger on it and leave it pressed, Obviously it's capacitive if you like, so obviously you can dim it, and then obviously if I lift my finger back up, press it back down, just hold on it again, shall I say, I'll keep my finger on it, it'll go up. Obviously then if I want to reduce it, I can just keep my finger on it and obviously then let it go when I want it at the required brightness. So you've got a little bit of adjustability there, which is quite nice. So if I press it again, keep it touched, there we go. So that's quite a nice little feature, and something to obviously use later down the line, potentially in other cases. So left channel is obviously now working, so if I go over to my switch and turn on the right side, which is basically a mirrored setup with a neutral connector on this side, there we go. So now this side is now fired up as well via AC. Obviously that's warning you don't leave batteries unattended. So now with this side lit up, that now is powering the cooling fans and obviously the LED light in the lid. It has taken precedence from this side. It's just the way I've got it going, so obviously there's no interference, because obviously I need to have the cooling fans and the light working no matter if one side is working and the other side isn't, or vice versa. So that's how I've done it. I've done it automatically there, so either or charging setup should I say, keeps the cooling fans working and the light in the lid. I was quite pleased with this one. Again, it was a bit different. It's the first time I've ever had experience of obviously Peli's own bezel deck fitting kit, which is obviously a plastic machine, plastic moulded outline if you like, that gets mounted inside the case with a couple of self-tapping screws, and then of course then the deck mount to that. Originally, and I don't know why Peli did it, but their inserts were M3.5, which was a bit of an odd size. I don't know why they didn't go either M3 or M4. I've gone for M4, and in fact I did buy some brass inserts to replace them with it, but in the end I didn't. I pushed them back out and drilled and tapped them M4, and that's worked quite nicely, so I'm pleased with that. And as we can see, I then even 3D printed some washers actually, to in an effort then to stop the screw heads obviously tearing up the carbon vinyl wrap on the top. But I won't waffle on too much longer because I'm capable of doing that and there's no real need. This one's turned out really nice. Customers should be really happy. I'm going to obviously upload this video shortly and send it to them. As normal, for all your charging needs and charge case needs, you know where I am. Take care of yourself. See you soon. Bye bye.